Hello everyone, welcome to my podcast channel. So, it's 2025 and a brand new episode, char. So, in my 2024 year-end podcast, I mentioned right there my goals for 2025. And one of those goals is the rebranding, no? So, right now, this podcast episode, this first podcast episode for 2025 is also the first podcast for the new brand, no? So, but there's no really like big difference sa brand. It's actually I just actually remove one word from the previous name. The previous name kasi was Caro Cafe. So there was this cafe and I removed that one because I feel like it's not relevant anymore. And it's kind of jologs pakinggan, kind of cringy, kind of old, parang ganon. So I removed it and I just simplified it. So Candid Conversations with Caro, just me, parang ganon lang. So since ganon naman yung atake natin, and that's my core branding kumbaga, the Candid Conversation. So yun, I just keep that one and then just remove the cafe word. I realized na, using cafe or kapihan or something like that, or anything related to coffee, hindi na siya relevant. I was really thinking of another like totally different name, and wala akong maisip na parang that will also still parang keep the core branding, char. Kasi this podcast kasi I don't think that I mentioned this one about the reason why I did the podcasting or do the podcasting. So it's not really like parang additional side hustle. It's more of a hobby lang. So ayun, walang masyadong parang kailangan ko talagang kumita dito. So it's not really like that. I'm not monetizing my content. All of my contents are not monetized. So ayun, as of now, no. But we don't know in the future. But if there's an opportunity, why not grab it? Pero hindi ako yung tipo na nakikipaglaban talaga to monetize it, Since this is just a hobby and this is just like a channel for me to, express myself, ganyan. And also share my thoughts, opinions. And for podcasting naman is because I'm thinking of getting a guest in the future, so it's not just sharing about myself but sharing also my guest opinion, idea, and we collaborate in terms of discussing the topic, ganyan. And while I was on a journey for this one, because this is my third year na kasi, wow, this is my third year of podcasting. I've learned a lot from this, learning in terms of personal realization. Parang I realized na at first talaga I don't like my voice. So obviously I am a one-man team. So I do this one. I'm the host. I'm also the cameraman, the director, the set director, and everything. And I also, of course, edit. No? So yun, nag-cringe talaga ako listening my voice. And then eventually, of course, wala akong choice, no, because I have to produce episodes. Kasi sinulan ko na naman, diba? So, push mo na, right? So, ayun. So, I've learned to accept my voice. Parang ganon. Parang, okay. When I edit, I edit like a different person. So, hindi ko na siya titignan na, ang pangit ng boses ko, ganyan. Pero I also criticize my own self. And I hate myself dahil I realize na ang dami kong mali or ang dami kong parang hindi maganda, this is hindi maganda part, even actually until now ganun pa din. I'm not happy with the result, pero wala tayong choice kasi of course ayaw naman yung paulit-ulit, no, since it will take so much time kung ulit-ulitin just to perfect it. Kasi may naman, that's why I just set it to, that's why yung core talaga ng podcast na to is Candid Conversation, because that's the core branding, or yung talaga yung kanang ang tawag doon, parang yung vibe niya. So, walang script. Ganon. Parang bigay ka ng topic, I will just talk, and then that's it. Ganon. Though, one of the realization din doon is, hindi siya maganda na bigyan ka ng topic, and then I will just talk about it. No? Kasi, I digress a lot. And then, nag-iiba na yung topics ko, nawawalan ako sa pag nag-iiba na yung topics ko or multiple topics na. And then ako mahirapan later on sa pag-edit. So na-realize ko na I think I have to, despite of the core branding or something like the Candid Conversation, despite of it, I still have to create a flow or mas easier yung after the production or yung editing part, right? Kasi of course the platform that I'm using, okay naman siya, flow where in terms of talking, kasi yun nga, nag-iiba na yung topics ko, just like now actually. Wala akong script, wala akong what we call this, outline, but I think late on my next episodes I have to create na outlines, para hindi ako mag-digress and hindi tayo humaba. Kasi for example, you might probably consume like 12 minutes pero it's actually 30 minutes or maybe an hour of talking. And then 12 minutes lang yung pumasa. Kasi nag-iba na yung mga topics. So kung ano-ano na lang, right? And nahirap. And then of course mahirap din siyang i-edit later on kasi mag-render yung device. I actually just edit naman sa phone lang, no? So since tamad akong mag-transfer sa laptop. So ayun. So yun yung history ng pagpo-podcast ko. So yun yung reason why I'm doing this podcast. And yun, I've learned a lot. So it's nice. It's something that I can actually advise, no, the podcasting, because originally podcasting naman is not necessarily a video, unlike right now. The original podcasting is just an audio. It's an audio content. So if you are a shy person or if you are not yet ready to go on a camera, you can still create your podcast. You can still share your thoughts and opinions and everything or anything that you want. Maybe if you are a good storyteller, you can create one as a podcast and as an audio only podcast. It's just that yung sa akin naman kasi is I use my video na, since I also post this to a YouTube channel. So I am creating YouTube na din. Pero same lang yung content actually. This one is also a bit like this one in Spotify is also available in my YouTube channel. It's because yung may changes sa YouTube. Kasi dati supposedly it's just meron silang sa Google, meron silang parang own podcast app or something similar sa Apple, right? And then they merge it with YouTube. So parang we are forced, kasi dati it's just an RSS It's an RSS. So nagsisync lang yun, yung audio content ko doon sa podcast app nila. So normal lang. So it's just an audio. Everything is audio. So walang problema. Everything is fine. And then nung nag-merge na yung YouTube at saka yung podcast nila, podcast app, and nandun na sa YouTube yung podcast. So obviously YouTube is a video video content platform, or something like that, right? It's in YouTube pero walang video. So puro lang siya audio, thumbnail lang. So it's kind of boring, no? So unlike for example sa if you are in a podcast app where the expectation is it's just an audio. So they don't need to see something, right? So ayun. So since ganun na nga, so I have to also evolve, no? And you have also to adapt, no? Not just evolve but also adapt kung ano yung changes. And ayun. Anyway, so yun na nga, balik tayo sa topic natin kasi nag-digress na naman ako. So yun, this is the first episode sa new brand, which is the conversation or Candid Conversation with Kero. And this is also the first episode for 2025. So this podcast episode is more of like reintroduction lang. That's why I mentioned my history and why I'm doing this. Well, I'm looking forward for more episodes. Kasi nga, one of our goals din doon is to create at least 15 episodes. So, in 2024, our goal was to create more than 12. So, we created 13 episodes. So, at least, pumasa naman tayo doon sa 2024 goals. And gusto natin pumasa din sa 2025. So, we need to create more. And I'm really looking forward din sa content creation or sa collaboration with guests. Meron ng mga willing friends to be a guest. By the way, this microphone that I'm using, this is not new. This is actually the very first microphone na ito yung ginagamit ko actually when I did my first season. Yeah, first season na mga episodes, ito yung ginagamit ko. And I think sa season 2 din, siguro yung mga first 3 episodes nun, nung hindi pa naka-video, ito yung ginagamit ko na microphone. Pero nung nag-transition ako sa video podcasting, so I use na yung what do we call this, yung wireless. So ayun, and then I'm planning to purchase a wireless din na parang lapel mic kung matawag nun, parang magnet na lang siya na dalawang parang twin, so that I can share it with a guest. Actually, I don't know if gumagana pa tong microphone na to, so I hope that you're able to hear me with an electric fan here. Anyway, so that's it. That's for the first episode for this podcast. So thank you so much for tuning in, and see you on my next episode. Bye.